What's up? It's Epictalez, and today I'm celebrating 1,000 subscribers. Um, I'm just like so excited. I don't even know how I quite got here, but I'm just like super, super grateful. I actually got the hello. How are
Hi,
you doing?
good.
Thank you
I'm
for
still eating
joining
my.
me.
I'm eating a popsicle.
Nice. Like I'm just like so grateful. This I actually got like 1,000 subscribers like 2 weeks
I
ago,
saw. Oh,
but
that's why
then
you're streaming. That's why you're streaming. Okay.
that's why I'm streaming. But then it went down to like 999, and then I was like, okay, if it goes to 990, what back to 1,000, I'll do a live stream, and then it went down to 997, and then I waited for like a couple other days, and then it went back to 1,000, and it just kept moving back and forth. But now I'm just a little bit over 1,000 subscribers, so I'm just like, okay,
Nice.
now it's the time to do it. Thanks for joining me today. What's been going on with you?
I'm just watching the Olympics.
Oh yeah. Like, have you like what do you have in like opinions about it?
Um, Not really opinions about it. Um, no, I like watching it.
Yeah, I heard there was some controversy like going on about that, but like people didn't like the presentation, and then there was a whole thing between like France and Argentina and stuff like that.
I don't know anything about that. I just know that the U.S. women's swimming relay lost to the really, really arrogant Aussies. Like
Um,
there was something with like a morning show about during the last race, during a like world championship race, um, the Aussies were like saying, "Oh, it was so great. The fact that we beat the Americans made it all the better. We didn't have to hear the Star Spangled Banner ring out in the stadium. I cannot tell you how happy that made us." And then we lost.
yeah, like beating the US is an achievement on its own because you guys win a lot, so it's a
But we
big
have a
deal.
lot of people, so I mean, it's a big population, so lots of talent to choose from. But the boys won. The swimming rivalry, the U.S. and Australian swimming rivalry is it's good. Like they seem to like each other, but they also still really want to beat each other.
Yeah, it's like good sportsmanship. Well, thank you for all the congratulations and everything. I really do appreciate it. I've been chasing this 1,000 subscribers now for 3 years, so I'm super super excited about it. And yeah, like I'm hoping this marks a new era in Epic Tales.
It
Thank you.
should. You've deserved those subscribers for like the longest time.
Yeah, well, like like I haven't been the most consistent, so I kind of understand why it didn't happen earlier, but I feel like it's I feel like that would eventually I feel like, it's I got it when I deserved it, and like I'm just super super excited because I'm working on some stuff right now. I want to do at least three solid book reviews. I just got like
Nice.
the art for one of them. So I don't know if I should announce the ones I'm doing right now, but I want to surprise the writers because I know that they've been wanting me to like review their stuff for a while. And yeah.
Have you gotten paid yet? You gotten your first monetary or whatever it's called when they monetize you? Have you gotten that yet? Or do you need more
Um
watch hours?
No, I need a couple more watch hours, but I don't think it's gonna be different. Like I feel like if after I do like maybe like between 5 to 7 more videos, I should get that.
Yeah.
So I'm not like so far away from it. I just need to like grind for like maybe like a month and a half, and like I should have it. So I'm not worried about that. But yeah, what about you? You've had like a couple subscribers for a while. Are you monetized yet?
I am. But
Thank you.
um not as much as someone who has like 10,000. I'm excited for the Dune buddy read too.
Yeah. Oh, are you joining that one?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Oh, nice. You should. You should. You should. Like, I don't know, like Frank Herbert was, I think, maybe the first writer that made me like actually question if I had what it took to be a writer, because like when I was reading Dune, like on every single level, like that book blew my mind. I loved everything about it.
See, I
And
have that one. I had it in my classroom. I took it when I left, so I have it at my apartment now. But when we were done with our state testing, everyone was so bored because they couldn't use their computers. So we all just like decided to start reading, and I grabbed Dune and made it through like 50 pages of just like not even really that long. And I was like watching kids at the same time. So it's really readable, which
yes,
I was surprised. It doesn't feel like it was written in the 60s.
yeah, that's something that's really great about it. But then I feel like because it takes like an omnipresent uh POV, like you're jumping from one person's mind to another person's mind, like, and the way he's setting it up, he took so much control of what you experience while you're reading the book. So you can see someone plotting to assassinate another person. You can see how the other person is suspecting somebody else, and it's. But it was very interesting like that. It was very like interesting way to see a plot build up. You know,
Isn't
I
he
don't
supposed
see.
to be like the Islamic Messiah or something?
I don't know if it's necessarily like I can see some influence there. I can see that he took some influence from like Arabic culture, but yeah, like I don't know if it's necessarily that, but yeah, and like have you read it before?
I
Okay.
have read he wrote another book that like nobody's heard of called Soul Keeper about an American Indian who kidnaps a little white boy and does it for like but he thinks he gets stung by a wasp and thinks he has been like chosen by the Indian gods to I don't know. His sister was murdered and raped by white people. So he thinks he's chosen to rectify that, and to do that he steals the a little like 13-year-old kid who's the son of a senator, and it's about him, what he's trying to do politically and torturing the kid. And but
It,
it's kind of like a is he crazy or is this really like something to it type thing.
okay, and is there a movie of that?
No, there isn't. It
Oh,
has a I've looked into it because I was like, God, this would make a really good movie, but they've had problems selling the rights, and something the ending is not very cinematic. It's got a terrible ending, so they're working on that with the estate of um, Herbert. So yeah, it should be a movie though. It
yeah.
needs to be one.
Yeah, that sounds like I'm like Frank Herbert is one of the writers I'll probably read as much as like I know he has written. So that is something I'll be interested to do. The first time I read Dune, I did not like it. Second time I read it became one of my favorite sci-fis of all time.
I've had a
Well,
lot of trouble with adult sci-fi.
yes, I generally have a problem with adult sci-fi as well, because, and I spoke about this with Drew when I went camping with his family. But sometimes sci-fi is more about like the technology and like their projection into what the future would look like. And it's very interesting in the sense that it the projections and all of that. But I prefer stories that are more like character oriented, and and Dune is one of the sci-fis that is very character oriented. Like all the technology and all the sci-fi stuff it's in the background, it's happening around him, but and it's not necessarily, it's advanced, but it's not necessarily it doesn't take over the book. So it's like if you're reading Dune, it's still like a very, very character oriented story. And there's a lot to gain from it in terms of the um in terms of like the philosophical, like theology. It does like it has like such an interesting commentary on theology. I feel like you would actually enjoy that aspect of it a lot. And did you watch the movies?
No,
Okay, perfect.
no, I'm waiting for the book, and then I'm gonna watch the movies. I've
Yeah.
heard the first movie was it with Sean Connery from like the 80s. My mom my mom told me the story recently about how excited my dad was to go see the first Dune movie, and then they get there and it's like the worst movie ever. And finally my mom ended up reading the book for herself. And I always see the first Dune movie listed on like worst adaptations of all time. I've never seen it.
I was watching a video like I was watching a video like a couple of days ago, and someone was actually defending it, and
What?
I was watching. Yeah, someone was actually defending it, like, and I found their argument so funny.
I don't know. I Sean Connery has something about his voice just I'm just really sensitive to sound.
Yeah. Yeah, like I feel like this is a great time to also announce like the body read. It's happening on Drew's and Chad's channel. So anyone that wants to join us, that would be dope. I feel like this is like building up to be the largest body read I've been a part of before, so I'm super excited. And yeah, I read the first two books of Dune, but I never pushed through because it's one of those really is it's actually a very dense book. So
Aren't the movies like the first one is the first half of Dune and then the second one is the second half and Dune Messiah?
no, no.
No.
It's just the two movies that came out are just like Dune itself. So
Gotcha.
yeah, it's and I love that they did that because it allowed them to not, take out important stuff,
Yeah.
like
The musical Wicked's gonna be in two parts, two installments.
hmm,
Yeah.
yeah, super super excited about that. Like, and I hope they continue in the direction they're currently going. But you see, like, this is an adaptation that you can tell that the person who made it was a fan of the books. Like, you could tell that because I feel like you can't ignore, like, if you read the books, there are certain points where certain things happen that the entire fan base is like, okay, that was important, like, at least in orchestrating how I feel about how I felt about the book, all the turning points and
Oh
everything.
yeah.
So
I love Timothy Chalamet too.
yeah, he's beautiful, and he's he's a very talented actor as well. And I like Zendaya, although the I imagine Chani very different, but
Oh yeah.
but Zendaya did a good job.
I've only seen her in The Greatest Showman.
You've only seen her in what?
The Greatest Showman, or the
Oh,
one
okay.
about the circus. I've only seen that once. I don't know much about Zendaya. I'm an Ari fan, Ariana Grande.
Oh, Ariana Grande. Yeah,
Yeah.
Ariana Grande. That was like I feel like that was my childhood, watching her
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, like yeah, she's nice. So, like, you've had like 1,000 subs for way longer than me. What can I look forward to?
More views, more comments, some money trickling in. I call it my popsicle money, but yeah. Just more views and more new cool people. And once you get up to 1,000, I think it's easier for people to just like subscribe to you because like you come across a channel that you just now seen and you see, oh, 48 subs, do I want to subscribe to that, but if there's already 1,000, yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
But you've deserved 1,000 for so much longer. I just got lucky with one video and that's where all my subs came from.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
but
That's
it's been a grind for you. You've deserved it for a long time.
yeah. Like, I haven't like, like, hmm. Like, I feel like every time I've been active, I've always gotten like a very good response. I just
Mhm.
haven't been consistent.
Yeah.
But that's not as a result of like giving up, or like, I've always just had issues because so for instance, like, I read a lot of epics. I never read like books that are like just like a one time book with like just book one. I read like trilogies, and I read And then I have these grand ideas in my head, and then as I'm implementing it and I'm counting on other people to do their own aspects and bring things together, like it sometimes it costs money. So if I'm broke, I can't release a video because I'm waiting for like an artist or to deliver like art, or there are always these circumstances. And
Yeah.
still, regardless of that, like if I could release, I would. But
Yeah.
there are always these circumstances. But then, like, so far I've been kind of like making my system, like my process, a little bit more streamlined, more professional. And I'm trying to get like I'm trying to create a system where like I can just consistently create content. So right now I'm working on content that will probably last like throughout August and September. I have them already like done, but I haven't like posted it yet because I want like a, a time span where it's just like Epic Tales content is coming out all the time.
Yeah.
And again, it's like I don't um like, as far as this channel is concerned, I'm and I'm only going to keep doing it because I'm having a good time. Like, I want to become more professional because I feel like my subscribers deserve that. But at the same time, um, I'm going to have a good time doing it because that was a huge part of why I started doing it in
Yeah.
the first place. So either way, like, I'm excited. I'm so excited. You know, I woke up and I was just getting text messages, congratulations, congratulations from my mom,
Awesome.
from like so many people. And what is funny is that, like, when I first started, like, my family was like, why are you doing like, I'll tell
Yeah.
you a crazy story. I'll tell you a crazy story. So
Do it. Do it.
um when I first decided, okay, I'm going to do YouTube, I didn't do any research into the booktube community. I did not even know it
Yeah.
existed. I
Me
watched
either.
booktubers here and there, but like I didn't quite know that this is what I wanted to do. Now it's like when I made the decision, I was like, okay, I'm going to start a channel. And I had these grand ideas. Like, I was like, you know what, like, why don't I focus on this like full time? So I quit my job and I was like, let's see what life has to offer. And then in my mind, I had this projection: oh, in 6 months, I'm going to have a
Yeah.
100,000 subscribers. I quit my job. Like, I
Oh
was
my
saving
God.
up my savings for like the first year. And towards the end of the first year, I was like, well, I have like, I don't know, 300 subscribers. Like, and then I had to now, okay, I have to figure out a job. So like with all the stuff I deal with, like I had to like figure out a system because I did not see a world where I was giving this like 100%, but then at the same time, also like working a 9 to 5. So like I feel like my second year was trying to figure out that dynamic, because for me, like, I can focus on one thing at a time.
Yeah.
But like last year, I was like, okay, I need to like get more comfortable, you know, setting myself up like that. Hello, Drew.
Hey, Drew.
Hey, Epic. Hey, I
Yeah,
just
thanks,
want to
thanks for
say,
being here.
yeah, you bet. I just wanted to say you have always focused on quality over quantity. And that's
Yeah.
something I've really respected about the content in your channel. And I think it's probably what makes you one of the most underrated
Definitely.
booktubers on this platform,
For real.
honestly, because your videos are just tremendous. And I've told you this. I wish I had the time to devote to the level of quality that you put into your videos, and it really is phenomenal. You deserve a million subscribers,
He
man.
does.
Like
Let's
your your
go.
con your content is incredible, and it really is. You could tell you put your passion into it. You love it. You work out. You're not sitting there thinking I got to get content out. You're thinking I'm making this content and I got to make it the best that I could make it, and I'm not putting it out until I'm confident it's the best that I could make it. And
Definitely.
that's something I really respect about the production quality you put into that, man.
I really do appreciate that. Thank you for saying that so much. I really, really do appreciate that. And like, I'm glad that the people who watch me, like, know that as well. The people that have stayed with me from the start. Like, when I look at like where I look at like my early videos where I was first attempting all those comic adaptations, and I look at my videos now, and I'm just like, what the hell? Like, throughout that
Don't we
time, the
all?
passion has remained the same, but like, through like trial and error, and because I didn't get an education on this everything is like just experimental when I'm editing. So it's like I've come such a long way, and like I would not change anything about the journey that led me to this point. So I'm so grateful and I'm so happy. So thank you for saying that so much. Thank you for
Yeah,
saying that.
I think we could all feel that way. I mean, have you seen my first video? Oh my god, it was
You
terrible.
seen mine? Mine are so bad. My very first video, I think. Oh no, my very first video that I ever posted on this YouTube channel was like a test. It was just me filming my guinea pig. And then the first like actual video that actually got like a lot of views was I don't know if anybody followed iWriterly.
Yeah, 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 I used
Yeah,
to.
it was her book, and I released a reading vlog of her book, and I did it all on an iPad. And my voice is so soft, like you can't hear me at all. Like it's so quiet, you gotta turn it up all the way. It's funny. We should do. I think everybody on BookTube should go and do like a reaction video to their old videos and just see what happens.
I'm cringing just
Oh man,
doing that right
that'd be a fun
now.
live stream. Get a bunch of us together. We all play our first videos, and we just
Yeah,
do a live reaction.
that'd be
Yeah.
awesome
I'm down. I'm so down to do
to
that.
do
Like
it.
my first video, the lighting was so bad. The lighting was so bad. Like I couldn't even see myself. Like it was so dark, and I don't know what I was. I know what I was going for, and I've kind of like done it now. But like back, it was so bad. And I remember like then I didn't know how to video edit, and I was using like iMovie. So
Either.
I just sent it to my girlfriend. I was like, fix this. And then, she put like one or two graphics of like the one, because I was asking myself questions and answering them. And I was just like, wow, I'm going to go viral. But yeah, like I look back on those videos right now and I'm just like, eesh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
But
didn't know. Yeah, I don't think any of us knew what we were doing when we started. Honestly.
No.
yeah, I feel like this is a very like important question, and like I'm not quite sure entirely what. I don't know if it's one thing single-handedly that like got me through, like gets me through, and it's still something that occurs sometimes when I put in so much work and I expect an amount of response and I don't get it. It's just like passion, and like I'm looking like, I don't know, 2 3 years into the future. I'm never like, and sometimes, to be honest, I've had situations where a video doesn't do well, and like 2 3 months later, all of a sudden, it's like my
Yeah.
most viewed stuff. So,
Yep.
yeah, like I just once I release a video, like I leave it alone. Like it should do whatever it wants, and I'm moving on to the next one. So that's like a mentality that has really helped me a lot. I
Oh,
agree.
that's vital to have that mentality.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah.
you can't focus. At least from my viewpoint, you can't focus on the metrics. You just got to focus on making the content you enjoy and let the metrics take care of themselves. Because otherwise, you get too hooked on that,
Yeah.
and
And enjoy the
it's
books you read.
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
yeah,
yeah. Like one
yeah,
of my favorite videos I've ever made has like 27 views. So, yeah. It was,
Yep,
I loved making it. So,
that's the important part, right? You
yeah.
know, I can't speak for everyone on the platform, but I feel like most of us do this for ourselves more than for the people that end up watching.
Yeah.
And it's important to just be grateful for every subscriber and every view that you get.
yeah,
And
Yeah.
Epic, you've earned every one of your subscribers with your hard work. And and you keep doing what you're doing, because in
yeah,
the end, it's going to pay off for you, just knowing that you've achieved what you've achieved, and that alone is worth keep going. At the end of the day, how many subscribers you have isn't important. It's that you keep doing this in a way that you find enjoyment
Right.
in
yeah,
it. And the subscribers will come, and they've come.
Mhm.
And now that you're at 1,000, I have no doubt that it won't be long before you're at 2,000. I wouldn't be
Mhm.
surprised if we're doing another 2,000 sub live stream a month from now.
Yeah.
Like your 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 passion is just incredible in this. I love seeing that. And maybe one day I'll be in a place where I could feel I could devote as much time that you have one day. But I'm really glad to see your success, and I'm really happy for you, man.
Yeah, I feel like another huge part of it is, the discussions and the collaborations I have. Like that's such a huge thing for me. Like I love, like, like I always feel like I have like the best community, because it's like when I don't release videos for a long time, every time I come back, everybody just pops out. Oh, you've released content again. Wow, it was awesome. And then, and it's like that in itself is very encouraging. And some of the collaborations I have done so. Like my largest viewed video is a video that I did with AJP, the Judge Holding one. It's like
Oh, so good.
30,000 views right now, and I couldn't have done it. Like all the intellectual, smart sounding stuff, that's all from AJP's brain. Just like puts the I just like puts the graphics and all that stuff together. But I could not have come here without the support of, so many other booktubers and so many of my friends. And something else I really appreciate about my community is that I feel like I have a personal relationship with everyone, a little bit of a personal relationship. Like I just went camping with your family, which was super, super great. Like there are times where I'm going through a really hard time, and I've called you, and we've had a conversation about it, and I felt better afterwards. Sometimes I know what's going on in your life, like, and it's all about, for me, like a huge part of everything has been this relationship. So again, like I'm so grateful, like I'm so grateful to all of you. And I'm glad, like I can, reach out anytime and collaborate with something, call you. I Before this conversation, like 2 minutes before, I was like, I'm going live stream if anybody wants to join. The both of you are here, making this fun. And so I'm just like I love you guys so much.
I haven't
Thanks
watched
for
your
having me.
camping video yet, but I'm excited. But um, Drew's been discording me. He's like, "Are you burning up over there?" I was like, "No, it's only like 85 degrees," and turns out that that's like what 30 Celsius, and you're what is I think that's 30 Celsius. And
Something
Yeah.
like
then
that, yeah.
yeah, and then when I looked up what it was in Alberta, is that where you are?
No, I'm on
No, it's
Vancouver
in
Island,
BC.
BC.
Oh, okay. And then when I looked up what it was like 70 something. So yeah, 85 is 29.4. Yeah. And
Still
you were
too hot for me, but
saying
you know,
yeah.
low 20s is perfect. 20 to 25.
Low 20s doesn't that's like 60 something. Oh, that's very scary. Let's see. Fahrenheit, low 20s. Let's put 20 in. Yeah, 20 is 68 Fahrenheit. That's a little chilly, but it's nice. But yeah,
Yeah.
I
Well,
definitely need long
compared to
sleeves.
Texas, I suppose that is chilly, but
I was talking because I was talking to one of my coworkers who's from Wisconsin, and I was talking to somebody like you weren't the one who said it. It was a guy from Scotland, and I was asking him. I was like, "Is it hot?" He goes, "It's warm." So I'm thinking, 30 Celsius, 85 degrees. I look it up, and it's like 62, and which I think is like 19 or something. I don't know. So what is and I tell my coworker, and she's like, that is chilly. That's chilly. Like in Wisconsin, when it's 60 something, you'll see people out in flip flops and t-shirts and shorts, and like I could do shorts in 60, but I'd have to wear long sleeves. Definitely not flip flops. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the coldest I've felt is 8 Fahrenheit. So let's see what that is.
So both
That is
Drew and I.
negative 13.
you don't
So
want to know the
Drew,
coldest I felt.
exactly.
That's
I
what
was just
everyone
about
says.
to mention that Drew is like, grew up in Alberta, and in
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alberta, like it gets like -40, negative something. The coldest I've experienced in Ottawa was, I think, -51. It's like,
Celsius.
yeah, yeah, it's
Yeah.
ridiculous. It gets ridiculous.
Hey,
Like
yeah.
not to be morbid, but my first week in Canada, like
Ooh, yeah,
someone,
that's negative 60 Fahrenheit. That's freezing.
yeah, that's like crazy. That's crazy.
I've never felt anything like that.
Hey, there was one year where I was working downtown Edmonton, and even Edmonton transit system had to shut down because of the winter weather that night. And where I lived was probably a good 5 to 6 kilometer walk from where I was working. 12:30 at night, wind chills at -57,
What?
and I had to walk home in that because the buses were not running, and I did
That's
have a car at
negative
the time.
70 for my Americans out there.
I've been there before.
Like
Been
it
there
was
before.
brutal. So I probably spent 2 to 3 hours walking home in your -60 temperatures because it was either that or I'm spending the night outside.
Which is basically a death
Death.
sentence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You go to sleep and you don't wake up.
Yeah.
Let's just say when I got home, I crawled into my warm bed and just went right to
I've
sleep.
had I've had an experience like that, and I can write a book, just like
No.
a thick book, just talking about like the mental turmoil I was experiencing at every point. I was always, I can, like, 5 minutes in, I'm like, yo, what the fuck? I don't think I can do this. 20 minutes in, it's like,
No.
okay, let me just
Yeah.
see if I can go for another 5 minutes.
One
That's
thing I
people
know
get the
about
wrong
heat
idea. That's a
stroke,
rarity. Just saying, that's a rarity, but it happens.
geez. The thing about heat though is it's really insidious. Like
Yeah.
you cool down because you're sweating, but then like for a while, like when you're at the beginning of heat stroke, you stop sweating. But you don't really like feel off. It's just like, okay, now you're dehydrated. And then the dehydration symptoms set in, and that's when you start to go a little bit loopy. So, but by the point that you're going like loopy and needing to sit down, it's like you need to go to the hospital
Yeah.
because
It's
heat
easier to
stroke can come on you like that. But
I
it
find it's
doesn't sound
easier to
like
stay warm in the
hypothermia
cold.
does.
It's easier to stay warm in the cold weather than cool in the hot weather.
Yeah. Hmm. I'm from Nigeria, so it's like the heat is like is home to me. But yeah, yeah. Like, so me
That's why
and
you
Joe
settled
went.
in Vancouver, right? The
Yes,
tropics of
that's why I
Canada.
settled in Vancouver. I was not doing that cold stuff. Like, it was too tough for me. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. When we went camping, me and Joe, we came up with this idea. It's not like crystallized or anything, but we thought it would be great if we had like a camping trip with like booktubers,
Yeah.
where we like just like kind of blog
Yeah, same, Birdie.
experience. Because
Yeah.
like in Rekindled Reader, you're in Vancouver as well.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
okay. Like, we can actually pull this off, Drew. Like, I feel like
That
we
would
can
be
create like a
amazing.
group chat on Discord, and then we do like a proper camping trip. Like, whoever can make it from the US, that would be dope. Like, a proper camping trip where we basically just vlog the whole thing, and we do it from channel to channel. That's 91 degrees. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
so we're having a cold front. So 91 in Dallas. Feels
So I
nice.
will say this: if we manage to pull this off, we gotta do late June, early July, because you want to get out there before the fire bans kick in. Every year,
Yes.
without fail, by mid-July, there's fire bans. It seems
Yeah, I think we can plan something for next year. But
that.
like at least the booktubers in Vancouver or BC in general, we need to like meet up once or twice and like just kind of like hang out. But
That
like,
would be
yeah,
awesome.
like, yo, if I'm down, I'm 100% down, and then we can just like blog it. Ooh, this we can, of course, Usman has to be there. Usman is like
Yeah.
one of my favorite booktubers.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to be there next year. Let's go.
All right. Yeah.
All
That
right,
that'll
let's
be
let's
so much
do
fun.
this. Let's do this. Do you see this as something you'll be able to
Yeah.
come for? Would love to have you there. Say it in front of the camera right now. Make a commitment. Are we down to go on the book? Let's go. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's
That
do it.
that would be
And
amazing.
the crazy
I don't
thing
have a
is that
passport, guys.
BC is so beautiful. It's
It
so
really is.
freaking, like, it's almost like you're living in a fairy tale land. Like, you have trees that would dwarf you. You're like surrounded by like beautiful trees, like a beautiful lake, like sceneries. Like, do you have anything from the spot we went to with that had like the waterfall, Drew?
I do.
I went to Vancouver when I was a very small child. I remember the bums begging for money on the street. And I remember going to the beach and there just being a ton of starfish that I think were purple. but they were just all over the rocks. Those are the
Wow.
two things I remember.
So like BC has like a really 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 bad homeless problem. So BC is like warm. It doesn't really like snow here compared to other
Hmm.
parts of Canada. So everyone that's homeless and everyone that is drug addicts like all over Canada in the colder regions, they move to Vancouver because it's easier to survive homeless here
As
There,
than
I
long as
it.
the
dropped a
homeless
picture
aren't
for you
purple.
in yeah, but I dropped one of the pictures from the trip there with the waterfall in your Discord messages if you want to present that.
Okay, let me see.
I want to see it.
Uh,
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. It's just it's actually it's at a campground close to the Victoria, Vancouver Island area. So
yeah, let me save the image there, and then I'll just show it here. Yeah, if we're doing some, if Alicia, if you come to BC, like I would try, I would do everything we can to get PL there as well. I've never presented before, but let me see. Share screen.
Um, yeah, present, share screen.
Let me open this here first. Go to my folder called live stream of that, and open this image wider.
I've got the I've got the Olympics on in the background. Looks like the men's swimming is on. The relay.
Yeah. So this is
Oh my
like
gosh, that's
that
so
pool, like you see that small waterfall there. People were, and I have a video of it. People were standing at the top of that, and from flipping into the water, some people were just sliding right down the waterfall.
that's what
Like
I would do.
if
Like a
you,
little water slide. I don't know if I'd jump, but
oh, it's
I'd
crazy,
definitely
man.
slide.
It was so beautiful. And if you pan the camera this way, there was like this large log of wood that separated like a much shallow part of like the, because this is like a lake, and then it's like beside it, it's like a stream, and like you can hike in that direction. You can climb all the way to the top. Like it's such a stunning place, and there are like so many places like this in BC. So if there's ever like we're ever like doing a camping trip or a thing there, it's going to be dope as hell.
Come to
oh, so,
Texas if you like fields.
Sorry.
I said come to Texas if you like fields. North Texas, we got the fields, man. They sometimes turn green, and sometimes they're yellow. Oftentimes they're brown.
oh,
Yeah.
here it's brown grass in the summer and it's green grass in the winter months. But only in this part of Canada. Only like Vancouver Island and the Vancouver region. Everywhere else it's winter.
Yeah. No, but
Yeah,
I've always
our
said that
grass
if
is not that green.
I've,
It's
I've also always said that
brownish.
if I was going to move to the US, it has to be Texas, like that Texas region. I'm going to go anyway.
Yeah.
Because things. It just like because I have so many friends there, and like I feel like it'll be like a nice place for me to go. It's an easy climate to be on house for sure. Yeah, it's like crazy problem in
Yeah.
in BC. Ah man, Alicia, I'm sure you can do it. Like I can't eat gluten. I can't eat lactose. I can't have nuts. I can't have soy, and somehow we made it work. And if you can, it would like
Oh, and
it's
this
just
guy's great at
honestly about
fires. Just
planning.
saying.
Yeah, it's honestly about planning, and if we can get like I have like multiple tents that I'll be able to like like give you another tent. We can just get another one over here. Like trust me, if you're willing, we'll make it happen 100%. It's trust me, we can make it happen. It'll be a
I've
good time.
got two 6-man tents, so I mean,
Yeah. So like it's trust me, like if you're down, we'll make it happen for sure. Oh, Golden Ears is a good spot. I haven't been to Golden Ears, but the last place I went camping before I camped with Drew's family was in Chilliwack, and it was stunning. It was stunning, and I feel like we can do something where like we're just like reading our like around the campfire, and like after we read for a while, we can just talk about it, and I feel like that would be like so dope, so dope. Hey, like Usman is here.
hey Usman. How's it going?
And we're talking about like doing like camping trip in BC and having like a bunch of booktubers, reading and basically blogging and having a good time. So yeah, like you're invited. Even before you came, someone mentioned it's like Usman has to be there, so you don't have a choice now. You're part of this.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, like I'm just like super excited in the direction this channel is going to go, and like I want to do more collaboration. So like if anyone comes up with an idea, or you think of something, like just let me know, and then we'll work it in.
Oh, sorry guys, my computer. Okay, there we go. Sorry, I didn't mean that to happen.
Oh, did you freeze?
No, sound came on. Sound on my
Okay.
end, but I'm glad that it didn't bother you.
No, no, not at all. Not at all.
I've never actually been to Golden Ears before. I think I've camped out in the Okanagan before, but never been to Golden Ears.
This is
Is
becoming big.
that's kind of outside of Maple Ridge, it looks like.
This is becoming big. I'm down. The bigger the better.
Yeah, no doubt.
The bigger the better. We just need to like have, and if we're planning for this next year, like we can start like talking about it tentatively and like really really planning it out, and then we can book like a spot that will be large enough to accommodate all of us, and that would be huge. That would be huge. Like I'm so down for that.
Yeah, a lot of these places typically have like group campsites where you could have like multiple groups of tents all together in one place, kind of thing.
Yes, we can do that. We can do that. Like I'm thinking of like two spots right now that have that kind of like space. Let me just see. Well, yeah, like I
I
feel
think
like
there's some up by North Vancouver area as well. I don't know what other ones you were speaking of, but I'm pretty sure there's some campgrounds up by North Vancouver as well.
yeah, North Vancouver, Chilliwack, all over BC to be honest, all
Well,
over.
yeah, they're all over the place for
So it's
sure.
like sometimes the last time I went camping, we did like a thing where it wasn't even like really planned. We made the decision like two nights ago, and then we went somewhere and we still found a place that was like really really dope. But yeah, I think if we're going to be this much, we should better plan it out. So
I need plugs. I have to. I have certain things like okay. I have to sleep with like oxygen support at night. I need a plug. So I don't know if that's gonna work.
oh, like you need like a plug for what? Sorry.
For oxygen support machine, I have what's called central sleep apnea, where you stop breathing at night. It's a little different than the obstructed. So it's like in your brain, you like turn off your oxygen. So you need like
Oh
oxygen
damn,
support. Yeah.
damn.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think a lot of the provincial campgrounds are not powered sites, so we might have to look at maybe some of the national parks.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can go without me. That's fine.
No,
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I don't know.
Bugs and dirt, and I'm happy to watch from behind the computer screen and see how much fun y'all are having.
yeah. Well, yeah, yeah.
You can leave the dirt and the bugs
No,
on that
like
side of the
so.
computer screen.
So when I go camping every time, I'm always like I really get my hands dirty. Like I'm searching for firewood. I'm making sure the fire is good. Like
Oh
usually
man,
that's my job. Like I take over like the fire, and like I really really get my hands
I,
dirty.
I
So
I could vouch for Epic on that.
Mhm.
This guy was like a master fire starter in our camp.
yeah.
First thing in the morning, and after we're getting ready to cook some dinner.
You
Yeah,
can do
he just got
your
it going.
like no, you need to do a booktube version of Naked and Afraid where you take everything away. I've been obsessed with that show lately. Take
Oh,
everything away and have to
Honestly,
survive.
I'd be down for that. I mean, I
You
don't
do
know that
it.
anybody wants to see me like that, but I'm down for
Well, I
it.
mean they blur it out.
yeah, that would be dope. That would be dope. Like for Alicia, who was asking about like the handicap accessible. Yeah, there are a lot of places like that. And regardless, we can make it work. We can make it work. We can bring a generator and have some spots of power. Yeah, you see, you're running out of excuses. You're running
So
out
we
of
get rid of the
excuses.
bugs.
Yeah, we get bug spray. There we
Bugs
go.
are part of it. That's part of the camping experience. Like, come on.
Like, trust me, there's nothing like being out in nature. Like, if you don't necessarily have to have. There are spots that are still like Wi-Fi accessible. I say Wi-Fi accessible, like hotspot. You can
Mhm.
still use like your data for like internet and stuff, but just generally being out of society and like hanging out, and it's a good time. And like at the end of the day, like if you are camping and it's not for you, like you can always like come back to my place. Like we'll be happy to like drive you, like you stay at my place, I don't care. Like, so
Wow.
it's not going to cost you any money or anything. But yeah, like if it doesn't work, because if we're going to do that, we'll plan something for during the camping, after the camping. So it's like either way, like we'll hang out and you'll be part of the blog. But whatever you need, we'll make
If
it
we get a
happen.
generator for my oxygen, yeah, yeah, I could do it.
Yeah, no, like Alicia, 100%. Like BC is so good with that stuff, with
Should
like
plan it around
making
Canada
stuff
Day.
like sorry?
Should plan it around Canada Day. That'd be fun.
Yeah, yeah, I'm down. July is like the perfect time for that.
Fourth
So
of July.
yeah, Canada is 1st of July.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So it's like
So what exactly is Canada Day? But yeah, Alicia, I'm with you. I have some spinal arthritis as well, which makes me a little nervous. But yeah,
Canada Day is our version of Independence Day.
yeah, pretty much.
okay.
Pretty much.
Well,
Well,
we could
here's
it could be a combo. We could go from like June 30th to like July 6th or something like that.
Flamethrower for the bugs. Okay, so rekindled reader. I've got this probably won't surprise you guys, but I used to make flamethrowers out of lighters and aerosol spray.
oh, okay, okay. We
Yeah.
all did that.
Oh, I did that on scout camp. I take the bug
Yeah.
spray and spray it in the fire and just have
Yeah,
flame.
there it goes. Yeah, I used sunscreen and a lighter. I would not call this camping, but in my high school we went to New Mexico every year, and I mean there were cabins with fans and stuff. So and there was like a dining hall, so it wasn't really camping. It was
That's another thing we can do. Like we can
Cabin
go to
retreat. That would be
cabin
fun.
retreat.
yeah, it was like a cabin retreat.
Yeah, that like that's another thing we can
That's
do.
actually really actually I like that idea. If we're going to do this all together, a cabin retreat would actually be fun.
Yeah, yeah. Like we can there's this place called like Harrison Spring Lake. It is stunningly beautiful. Stunningly beautiful. And yeah, like if we're gonna do like a cabin retreat as well, that would be a really dope idea. I am going to create a group chat with all of us, like everyone here. I'm going to announce it on my Discord as well. But like yeah, we can totally plan something for next year. And yeah, we can turn it
I'm
into
going
a
to share a
writer.
picture of what New Mexico looked like when I was out studying photography. It's going to be funny. You're going to be like, whoa, that's you? Yes, it was me. uh,
Yeah,
let me.
100%. We can turn it into a writing retreat. Like I didn't like really tell Drew while I was there, but while I was there, I did some writing myself.
Oh, nice.
Really,
What? You
Yeah,
hid that
writing
from me?
retreat.
How dare you?
yeah.
No, that's awesome. Man, I'm getting pumped for this idea.
Yeah, it's a
Getting
good
pumped
idea.
for it. Because it was funny, we spoke about it, and then Drew's daughter wanted to be a part of it. So she's like the cutest girl, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, and she
Aw.
kept saying, "Oh, she's gonna become a booktuber just so that she would qualify for the retreat." But we're like, we don't
There
do
it
it
is.
like a thing for our kids,
Yeah.
you know.
Okay, this was New Mexico 2012, I think. So, can you see it?
I can add it to
There
screen.
we go.
Uh,
Yeah, so was January, and this was climbing up to a bandolier is what it was, I think, or maybe not. It was like an old um, Native American like site, but yeah, my hair. That was me. But
Wow, that's
yeah,
incredible. Like, how old were you then? There,
19. Yeah, I was
19.
19.
Oh wow, that looks beautiful, by the way. Like,
Thank you.
crazy
It's
story.
yeah, no, but I went back to curly a few years later. But that is New Mexico. And that
Nice.
backpack I was wearing was a, oh, you can see my camera. There we go. There's my camera.
Wow,
Yep. So
I've always wanted to do like some photography or something like that, like some videography, because like with YouTube, I just put a camera on. I'm not really
mhm.
thinking about angles and stuff, but photography, videography, like anything in that kind of like thing, I feel like it would be dope to like actually learn what like how to take advantage of like angles and everything the best. Thank you for being here, Alicia. And yeah, I'm just really grateful. Thank you for having us. I love Alicia. And by the way, we are doing like a Drown Kingdom like video where we're going to just talk about like the latest in the series of PLs towards Drown Kingdom. So like expect that in September.
but yeah, I think that was the closest I've ever gone to camping. But yeah, it was out in the desert, not in like a lush forest. But the
Uh,
bugs were pretty freaky. The bugs we did get were
No doubt.
scary.
yeah,
I
can
don't
you?
like bugs.
I can imagine. But yeah, yeah. I'm really excited for that. I'm really, really excited for that. But one thing I can commit to before the end of this year, on my channel is that there's a lot of really cool content I'm working on right now, and like I'm constantly, putting things together to deliver that content. So before the end of the year, you can expect some really exciting stuff to come out, and they're just like some stuff that I read this year that I'm going to review, and I'm going to like create content around that. I feel like it's just I can't wait to share it with you guys. By the way, what are you guys reading right now?
I'm
I'm
reading.
reading
Sorry,
Elantris
Ooh,
and
Anderson. Yay!
for his storathon, I'm reading Mary Boleyn, the
Well,
Mistress of Kings. And
I'll
this
go
is
grab
really
my.
funny. It says, history maligned her, the truth is more fascinating. So if
wow,
anybody's seen or read The Other Boleyn Girl, it's about the main character from that.
yeah.
What are you
So
reading?
I'm reading Brian Lee Durfee's book.
Five Warrior Angels?
Yes,
I
yes,
have
like
that on Kindle. I need to read it.
yeah, yeah. The stuff that he was dealing with in the hospital, like that. Really, I was like, you know what, like that really scared me because I always wanted to like have him on my channel or like
Yeah,
have some kind of conversation with him or something, and like almost losing him like that, I was just like, okay, let me position myself to be able to like have like real communication about something he's
yeah.
passionate about. He's one of the people I would love to have on my channel, and
He's one
like
of the few booktubers that do the sort of just turn on your webcam and make videos kind of like the style I do. But
he's
he and
really
Philip
good.
Chase are the two main sort of low quality videographers who've hit it big. But I need to read Brian Lee Durfee's Five Warrior Angels. I read Philip's first of the Adan series, and I really, really liked it, but it was I just kind of got bogged down just because of how much intellectual work it was to get through it. It is not a light read. It is definitely I mean, I'd
He's
put
very
that
good.
high school reading level, definitely.
Yeah.
And to put that into perspective, how high of a reading level Infinite Jest is written on an eighth grade reading level. The
Hmm.
stuff we read on a regular basis, probably like fifth or sixth.
That's
Yeah.
that's
So
very,
see,
very
Azu, that's what I meant. Low production value.
low production
Yeah,
value.
Yeah, yeah. All right,
Yeah.
what you got, Drew?
Oryx and Crake. So this is by Margaret
Oh,
Atwood.
Margaret Atwood.
So
I
I
can
had
say
read.
Infinite Jest right there.
So
Uh,
I of course have read The Handmaid's Tale, and Margaret Atwood. She's like she's a Canadian icon in literature. Like everyone knows, and seems like everyone in Canada knows who Margaret Atwood is, even if they've never read her books. And so it's like okay, well, I might as well check out more of her stuff. Handmaid's Tale was good. Let's see what else she got. Let's see if she's worthy of that. And I can say that she is. This is a post-apocalyptic world where genetic engineering firms and companies have basically destroyed the world and took control of the world. And it's this really post-apocalyptic. We got the pleblands, which are like the lower class, which are filled with like all kinds of corruption and disease and filth. And you've got the genetic engineering firms, which have like their military compounds and defenses and their own military forces guarding their genetic engineering work and all kinds of stuff like that. What I will say is, if you read this, it's a great read. I'm really enjoying it, but content warning. There is some trigger warning stuff in here, especially stuff relating to child sex slavery and trafficking.
Drew,
So,
this is epic tales, man. Like this is
well,
epic
I'd
tales.
say that for the benefit of those watching. I mean, I know
Yeah,
you would probably be fine with that epic, but there, just with the content there, for some
Yeah,
people reading it, it
same here.
trigger warning.
I'm
Like
I'm
you got
cool
to
for
know
the
that's
sick
in there.
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, and some people would really be like it would be too much for them, and and it's fine. I totally get that. It's not for everyone, but I know some people might be a little bit shocked about the details that these books get into. This is just the first one, but I'm absolutely loving this post-apocalyptic world. It's disturbing. I'm disturbed
That's
reading it. I've read some pretty nasty stuff.
that's a good sign.
I when I was in my class, my high school class that I teach, we did My Life as a Bat by Margaret Atwood. It's a short story. It is, I think you can find it for free. It's like, go read it yourself. It's very, very short, but it's about this person who thinks he was a bat in his past life. So it's really cool.
Yeah. So that's something I would definitely like to read. Like I love all those books that are like the man who thought like his wife was a hat or something like that, and
Mhm.
the other one where like this
The
guy,
man who mistook his wife for a hat.
yeah, mistook his wife for a hat, and then the other one where I forget the name. The dude was like the book is written in reverse, so you start at the end and then you go all the way to the beginning because he has like this short term memory like issue and everything. But
I
like
like the movie Memento.
yes, Memento, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know. AJP came and he's flexing on us with his shades. And yeah, like I have to acknowledge that. And yo, thank you for being here, man. Thank you for
Yeah,
being.
man. I had to
Yeah.
restart my computer like 6 times and
Oh man,
install Discord like 4 times. It
That's
was
fun.
a hassle to get back on here, but I'm glad. I'm happy, and the reason I'm wearing shades is because my eyes look terrible right now. That's why. So
Are you
I'm
working
trying
late?
to hide it,
Jeez,
right?
restart. I hope CrowdStrike didn't hit you.
I did not, man. It's fine.
So like as so my company is partnered with CrowdStrike and I feel the need to defend them. So CrowdStrike is good, guys.
Hey, for the record, I didn't say they were bad. It was just a botched update.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But they fix it in record time, which is good. So I'm just all the stuff that during our crisis meeting, not crisis meeting, but like during the meetings where we're like, okay, how do we like spin this? It's like, we have like all this objection handling to like, handle that situation. Well, yeah, yeah. I think this is based off our conversation about
Mhm.
Philip and
Brian Lee Durfee.
Brian Lee
Yeah,
Duffy.
yeah.
Ooh, God Metal Gods. That's like a book I want to read so bad.
I tried to read his book Lightblade and only made it 5% through. So if it's better than Lightblade, I'd try it because I have KU. But I don't know. Lightblade kind of turned me off of his writing.
So, you guys know like Steve from Steve's Books Reviews. Like he highly, highly rated that book. Like when he read it like close to the beginning of the year, and he was like, he's pretty sure it's going to be his best read the entire year. So, just based off that hype, and like the writer like contacted me on TikTok or so, and he was like, like spoke about me doing a review, and just seeing how many people love it, I'm excited to read it. I'm excited to read it. But yeah, we'll see. Usman, as soon as you get the book, let me know if we can do it together. Like I already have a copy, so if we can read it together, that'll be dope. Just let me know.
No, I still got too many on my TBR. I actually haven't, amazingly, I haven't actually bought any books for a few months now. Usually I was buying at least one or two a month, but I actually haven't in the last, although I do have one on pre-order, uh, or being released in December. You know, those that know me probably know which one I'm talking about. Stormlight 5.
Yeah.
I middle of the night, I guess I ordered Broken Binding Poppy War, and I forgot that I had ordered it until I was checking my statement, and I was like, "What? Broken Binding UK? What is this?" And then I went back and looked, and I was like, "Yep, did it again. Late night purchase. Let's not do that anymore."
Yeah, yeah. I don't know how many times I've just like I've it's like I'm hearing about a book over and over again. I'm like, it sounds like something I would like, or I've always had it in mind to buy it, and then like the YouTube and Google and everything is just like pushing me every like an inch closer all the time. Just bite, and then I'm about to go to bed. And I'm still thinking about it. I'm just like just go buy it and like okay, it's coming, and then sleep well. But yeah,
Oh, when that happens to me, I can't sleep well till I buy it.
yeah,
It doesn't matter. I probably won't read it for 2 to 3 years with how big my list is, but still.
Yeah.
yeah. We should like I'm thinking for an idea right now for a video like booktuber struggles. The struggles of being a booktuber and like compulsive purchasing of books and
I
um
mean, quite honestly, I buy books that I know I'm never going to read. I've got several books that I know I'm probably not ever going to read, at least front to back.
hmm.
I call them books to be ogled instead of books to be read.
or pretty cover books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blackstone Heart Special Edition. Yeah, if you can support Michael Fletcher, please do. But
I
like
think I have one of his books on my shelf. I think.
I haven't read anything from him.
yeah, he's one of those guys you need like it's like you need like a warning to like actually read his books. He goes into like descriptions and stuff. Like he can't just live like he can't just say, oh, someone like blew like mucus from their nose. He describes the color and the way it wobbles when it hits the ground, and the traces of blood in it. Like he's a very, very interesting writer. I love him. But yeah, like just I need to warn you before you pick up a book.
Here's something to think about. You ever read one of those books where the plot just doesn't seem like there isn't really much in the way of plot progression? The whole thing is maybe more backstory than actual plot progression. But the writing is just so well done that you can't help yourself. You have to keep reading it, even though there's really no progress in the actual overall story. I can say honestly, that's what this is right now. It's a lot of backstory, not really much in the way of plot progression, but what's being written is just so captivating. Like I want to know more about this history of this character, even though virtually the only thing that's happened is he's decided he's going to go up and find his friend. Like, and I'm almost through the book, and that's literally all that's happened in part of the current plot. But the backstory and the history that's written is just so interesting. I can't help but love what I'm reading and enjoying it nonetheless. Like, have you ever read a book like that?
Yes, I've read a book like that, and I feel like I'm writing one like that as well. So,
Yeah. Same.
so
Just
maybe I'll use that one as a little bit of a reference thing because I've heard people complaining about that specific thing about the backstory is too much and everything. But like, it's if you start a book and you start a book like right in the middle of it, and you want to like unfurl like the mystery of what's going on to the readers. I feel like it's a good way to do it, and segue into like the main story to just answer some questions, give some context, and provide perspective on like say the first couple of chapters. Like it's a very interesting dynamic, interesting way to plot a story.
uh, if done well, it's a great read.
You've done
If
well,
done
yeah.
poorly, it's like, come on. And the backstory is really interesting. I mean, the whole world that was created, what happened, where it went, where we're at now. Like the backstory is just, I guess the backstory is more the story in this case. It's maybe a better way to put it, but still really good.
Sochi, thank you for being here. Really do appreciate it. We've been on for over an hour now, so I'm glad that you've stayed for this long. Really appreciate you, and yeah, we should do more collabs together.
Oh.
But yeah, like AJP, how's your writing coming?
It's going good. It's going strong and everything like that. I've been reading because I'm in college again, so I've been reading a lot of essays and stuff. So I'm reading good old
No fun.
yeah, reading his stuff. Hold on, my camera's frozen.
You're freezing.
The Pale King and stuff like that. Just reading a whole bunch of essays and stuff like that. I've been reading Nabokov and his whole lectures that he did back in the day when he was, alive and not as grumpy and angry all the time.
What's your major?
I'm going for library science, so I can,
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bachelor, master. All the reading, it sounds
yeah.
master-ish.
Like you initially read like philosophy and like history, right?
Yeah, back when I was younger, I read a whole bunch of philosophy and history stuff, like Wittgenstein, Russell, just a lot of those type of guys. A lot of logic-focused stuff because I was a cringy little kid, mainly like most logic-induced idiots.
Just to give you context, he said when I was younger, like I read a lot of philosophy and history. AJP is 21, so yes, when he was younger,
22, soon. A year older.
yes, back in the days, eh?
Yeah. I was 40.
I was 21. I think I was reading The Hunger Games.
Yeah, like
That's what I was reading at 21. But
yeah,
no, like my class, I did have to read a lot of philosophy. I had to read what was the one I had to read on suicide. I had to read whatever the guy who came up with utilitarianism. Like, do you know AJP?
what's his name?
It's like 4 of those. Like, it's
Yeah,
kinda,
no, his name's like John something. I don't remember. Like, I don't remember. It just kind of went over my head. I was like, I'm not here for philosophy. I am a creative writing major.
Yeah. AGP has like an intimidating amount of. He's read an intimidating amount of books. Like I love.
I'm
Yeah,
literally
like,
my books. I had to put this up because I don't want to show off all the books I have like behind me right now. But if like you look around my room, it's literally just like endless amounts of books around here. It's just like an endless cavalcade of this stuff around me. I got like a whole stack of them like right here. Hold on.
Nice.
Yeah.
I had to get rid of a lot of books for my move. It wasn't fun.
Me too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did a massive unhaul.
Me too.
When I went to Drew's house, like he had a library in the living room, like well stacked library, and then he took me to like he showed me like a closet that was filled with books that he had read, and like they just didn't fit into his library. So it's like Drew is like when I went to his place the first time, it was crazy. There were so many books. Like I've not seen like live that many books, of course, except in a library. But like in a house, I've not seen that many books before. It's
I had
crazy.
to unhaul over half of them just to make room because I went from 1,700 square foot slum house. That's a whole nother story. We won't get into it here. To where I'm at now, which is about 1,000 square foot apartment. So I really had to downgrade a lot. And yeah, I know the feeling when it comes to unhauling. But
Covering your entire apartment with books, walls to walls, or just books, nothing but that.
see, I want to custom build my own house where the walls are bookshelves.
Yeah.
Not the like just literally the walls are bookshelves everywhere.
Yeah.
And then you just put books everywhere.
Like the apartment I just moved into, it's like friggin' all closets. Like they tell you it's 700 something square feet, but most of that is storage. Like I have a laundry room. I have a random closet right there. I have a giant, look at this wall. That's the pantry. Look how deep that is. It's just ridiculous how much storage there is. But I guess storage is one of those buzzwords that sells houses and apartments. But like, who needs a pantry that deep?
Yeah,
That's crazy. That's like the size of a bathroom.
yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. So AJP, before you came, like, and I don't know if you'd be interested, we're talking about like doing like a booktuber retreat here in BC. Where we go camping or we go to like a cabin and we basically like just booktube or like read books and vlog the whole thing and have a good time. So you're officially invited. Just throwing that.
I would be interested. Yeah, it's just I need to get a passport at that point.
Yeah, like this is why it's next year. So,
Yeah.
like
I
enough
just
time to like
renewed mine because I thought I was going to go to Ireland. You've heard this story, Epic, about I had to get a new car because my one of the lovely students broke into my car and exploded the engine. So instead of going on my beautiful riding retreat in Ireland, I was dealing with the Hyundai people.
Least insane high schooler.
Yeah,
moment.
maybe we should do that, Brian, or maybe buy him some of those utility shelves.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, cheap,
And like
lightweight.
I wouldn't like
Oh,
actively encourage you to wow.
So the cubes.
I wouldn't actually encourage you to buy stuff from Timu, but like if you have to, like quite affordable, shelving options there.
I just buy those plastic utility shelves from like Home Depot or something.
Yeah.
I
Like
used
30 bucks
those
cheap.
those like erector set cubes. It's left over from my guinea pigs cage. Like I don't know if you can see it, but yeah. So I made an extra bookshelf with that. I also built a dresser out of that.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Whatever works, right?
Yeah.
Whatever works. Whatever works. So we've been here for over an hour right now, and I haven't eaten. So,
All right.
like, I would like to have go get some grub and everything. But again, like, thank you guys so much.
Bet I'll be right over to join you, Epic.
Yeah,
Not really, but
100%, man. We've spoken about a couple things, and just to like highlight them, like for real, I feel like if we can do the camping thing, I would really really love to do that. So all of you, I'm gonna create like a group chat on Discord and invite everyone there. And if I don't invite you, just remind me because I'll try and watch this again and see everyone who said they were interested. But yeah, let's totally do that. And yeah, like check out each and every one of their channels. Like my if you like the animations that I do on my channels, the part 2 is usually on AJP's channel. Drew's channel, of course, you already know what you're getting. You're getting like really like old school in depth character like studies, like like book reviews and everything. Strange mentality people, I don't need to tell you who she is. Like she's an awesome booktuber, speaks her mind, and yeah, check her out as well. And yeah, stay epic.
yeah, absolutely,
Yeah.
and keep on reading.
Yeah, obviously, congrats to Epic. For
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely,
congratulations.
100% congrats, man. We look forward to your 2K live stream.
Damn, there it is.
It's gonna be 100K soon. You know it.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be 2K, then 4, then 8, 16. I give it end of the year, you'll be at 100K.
Yeah, yeah, like that would be dope. That would be dope.
All right,
See you guys.
see y'all.
Yeah.
Bye.
Ciao.
Bye.